Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. We are on the Raid Shadow Legends test server today because I want to check out the mythical I actually like the most, I think. Arbais the Stonethorn. Well, maybe I won't like her after actually testing her in today's video, but I'm really excited to see what we can do with this champion. First of all, I think visually, she looks really cool. I actually feel like, honestly, compared to all the other champions, which are damage dealers in one form or the other, this more supportive type champion is, I think, actually really good, but also has kind of slipped under the radar and been ignored a good bit, which is a little bit sad. I do have a fan blasting in the background, by the way. Hopefully it's not too loud. Hopefully it doesn't come through my microphone. I think it shouldn't, but it might. If it does, I'm sorry. It's extremely hot in Ireland right now. I think the normal temperature in September is probably around like 10 or 11 degrees Celsius, and it's like 28 to, yeah, it's about 27, 28 degrees. I think it's due for what it's going to go to today. It's not quite up to there yet. I think it's about 20, 23 or so degrees right now, which objectively isn't that high. But here in Ireland, like, we don't have air conditioning. We're really not built for heat. No, I think it's gonna have to change, like with global warming. Like, man, it gets so much hotter these days than it did when I was a kid. But hey, let's look at our base. Let's see what's going on with her. We're gonna try her in a couple of areas, Hydra in particular, and in Arena. I've got a bit of a weird build to try to do both. We'll see how it works. What is going on with her? This move, Harmonious Whisper, is just amazing. It does have a bit of a longer cooldown at 4 turns, but it's a 30% turn meter fill with 50% increase attack and 50% increase accuracy. This is so strong. Like, if we think about Arbiter, who's coming in, right, an Arbiter opening up with increased attack and 30% turn meter fill. Now, she does a bit of a heal to it. She has a shorter cooldown, but as an opening move in Arena, Arbiter, by the way, 110 base speed. Arbais, or Arbais, I don't know, has 115, so she's faster than Arbiter. And this move is straight up stronger. It's basically Arbiter's move, but with increased accuracy instead. So for powering up your lockout champions, for powering up your bomb champions, your crowd control champions, this is just actually seriously good. On top of that, her A2 comes in and it's a full buff strip. That's also an ally buff extension and gives revive on death. So it's a weird move, right? This is a weird move. It's effectively 3 things which are totally unconnected from each other, which is hilarious. But one of the best enemy buff strips in the game, because she has a 20% ignore resistance built into it. And, well, if she does her increase accuracy first, well, then it's obviously almost definitely going to happen. So that's really cool. Buff extension is great, though totally unrelated. Revive on death is also nice for Arena, but again, totally unrelated. It's a weird set, and I love it. Her A1 then is an AoE with a 40% chance of block active skills. So actually quite good in Arena for disrupting. And it's interesting that it is an AoE. Might do some okay damage, I suppose, seeing as she's increased attack as well on herself. We'll see. And then, of course, her metamorph to swap to her alternate form. Her passive, this is where Revive on Death comes in. 30% chance to petrify an attacker whenever an ally is attacked when under Revive on Death. I'm curious to see how this will work with like AoE attacks. Might be a really good chance to petrify. I'm actually not sure. But that gives you like an extra reason to use Revive on Death here. But yeah, I think she's quite cool. She's a 25% speed in all battles aura, but I'm looking at her, I'm thinking about let's say in live arena, I'm often picking Arbiter, though I may not need Arbiters, I may not need the increased attack strictly, or the revive is going to be good, but not crazy useful. Honestly, Arbais could be just a better option overall. She's got interesting similar utility. I don't know. I think it's an interesting comparison. When we flip over to her alternate form, what do we have going on here? Well, with this one, she has 2 continuous heals on all allies for 2 turns. That's a massive amount of healing, huge amount of healing on a 4 turn. Taunt for 2 turns, as well as Stone Skin for 1 turn. So that's really interesting as well. So an ability to absorb damage. Is an AoE, Leech, and HP Burn. So again, she's got a whole bunch of stuff that none of it quite works together. It's weird, and I kind of like it. She's got so much going on. Her A1 is a 30% turn meter decrease. That's really strong, actually, with a continuous heal on her for 1 turn and a continuous heal on the lowest health ally except this champion for 1 turn. She can obviously metamorph back on a 4-turn cooldown, and then it's got a cool passive. When attacked, puts decreased speed on the attacker for 2 turns, once per hit. and reduces the damage allies take from skills, and she takes that damage instead. Wow, there's a lot going on here. What are we going to try to do? Like I said, we're going to focus on Arena and Hydra. I think she'd be good for Iron Twins with this decreased speed as well, and just protecting your team with this and kind of burning the boss is not bad. Yeah, just doing lots of healing, helping you stay alive. It's kind of interesting for Iron Twins. We're going to try a weird build. We're going to try to do everything at once. This might be a terrible idea. Let me show you. So the way I've built her, we go back to her base form here. We can actually flip between them. I have built her with good speed, but this is where you might want her to be like, if you're building her more for Form 1, you might want to build her even faster, right? And have her be super fast so you get in really quick and do the turn meter and that. Like more like Arbiter, just in your fastest gear. So I'm not sure if this is going to be ideal. I'm going to run her with Sifi, who's going to be faster than this, but still we might lose the speed race. So we'll see. It's a bit of a question mark. Honestly, it's a bit of a question mark. I'm running her then with high resistance for Hydra. If I include my Hydra area bonuses, I'm going to have enough for even Nightmare Hydra. And then her accuracy I do have high. Let me show you this. So this is what I've put together for Arena. Maybe we'll start with Arena. With 450 accuracy, she'll beat 425 resistance. And we're being a little bit, you know, to beat it as consistently as possible. She gets 20% ignore resist, so she'll be able to strip buffs basically totally consistently off people at 531 resistance. If she gives herself the increased accuracy, and we include the ignore resistance, I actually need to book her up. I booked her. She can actually beat 812 resistance, which is really strong. So without building her, I've rounded the accuracy up to 450. Kind of accounting for, oh, I didn't take it. No, I did. This mastery here. So we're saying 450 with this mastery giving us bonus accuracy. Yeah, so stuff going on. If we flip over to her other form here, you can see she's still really fast. It's really high resistance. This is interesting. Will she be with her in Form 2 with the Taunt and Stone Skin and then putting out continuous heals with her A1? Will she be a good Mischief tank for Hydra with this? She's going to be giving herself enough healing to hopefully survive, reduce our damage taken. She's going to be providing a pretty decent source of decreased speed for Hydra. She brings AoE Leech and HP Burn. So with this champion, I feel we've got so much healing on the team. We've got AoE Burn. Can she Mischief tank and bring decreased speed? That's a lot in her kit and a good speed aura. There's a lot there. There's really an awful lot there. That could be pretty nice. And then she could flip into Form 2 for Hydra when we don't need a Mischief tank and maybe she's got the burns out. She starts giving us turn meter. Yeah, I don't know then. Her Form 1 honestly doesn't look that good for Hydra, does it? It's sort of just there. Yeah, increase accuracy, increase attack, that's fine, but nothing too exciting apart from that. So I think it's an interesting one. Or then do we build... Yeah, there's so much going on. Let's try her out. Oh, I should show you the masteries first. Then we'll try her out. For the masteries, again, we're trying to double dip here. I've got her going down. Well, the support tree, we obviously want her to extend the buffs, those continuous heals especially. Extend her debuffs, the HP burn and the leech, and then give her more accuracy for Arena. Giving her turn meter when buffs expire, because she has so many buffs. More turn meter is going to be good, more accuracy. I didn't think she need charge focus, because I think she's going to be rarely opening up with a debuffing move on her first turn. I think she's usually going to be buffing first turn. And yeah, then some defense tree as well. It's weird, man. I don't know. I actually like this about her, right? We could go, okay, screw the second form, go full speed, full accuracy, no resistance. We're just building it to Form 1 for Arena. Or we could go just full Form 2 and ditch the accuracy some more. There's so many options. Right, let's jump in here. Let's jump in. Let's just try hit a few different teams in Arena, shall we? So this is the sort of team I was thinking. What we have with this team is we have Arbais giving us a speed aura. This is going to be more of a live arena-y sort of team, I would think. My Yumiko is 3-3, or sorry, my Sifi's 337 speed, so we're going to get outsped by other speed teams. That's going to be a problem. But then we've got Yumiko. She obviously can lock us out and reset. Arbais is actually a bit slower, but with her higher base speed and the speed aura, she will actually be faster. So she'll come in first, give us increased attack and accuracy. Yumiko will lock out. Actually, Sifi's going to turn meter boost us first. And then we've got Eilil with like solid speed and hopefully good damage. And with the increased attack, he should be doing some decent damage. I thought it'd be kind of fun to try it out. Let's see how it works against this team. We might just get outsped here because they're probably going to outspeed us. So it's not going to work well here. We'll find a team where we do have good speed. So we've been locked out. Unfortunately, Kaimar CC'd us there, which he's actually CC'd us twice in a row, despite us being Force Affinity. So that's a bummer. Now, that's actually kind of good, though, that we've locked him out. Let's actually get a little bit of healing for our team here, because they all block debuffs anyway. Ilo's just stealing all the buffs, which is hilarious. At this point, we might as well flip over with her Metamorph. We've been locked out, and now, hey, great, we can actually protect our team. Bunch of heals for the team. We've got Taunt on, and we can do some sort of stuff somewhat effectively. Let's see if any of it's going to work. We're going to get locked out again. Of course we will. We could try to... Guess we can smack the Sifi while she's vulnerable. We've hit her pretty hard. She seems pretty squishy. Not much to do here. We'll just hit the Sifi, get a bit more healing. We're going to get everything stripped, unfortunately. And yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. Going to push the turn meter back, and she's, again, pumping out some heals, which is cool. You can see some of that damage being redirected to her because of her passive as well. Yeah, it's interesting. I think this team is just going to smash us with all the resets. Yeah, I think with all the resets, we just probably get smashed. Though we are nice and quick. We can push the turn meter back. I guess we'll try push Sifi's turn meter back a bit. He's healing up. She's doing, like, this team has no damage. It's just all really obnoxious crowd control stuff. Again, let's just try keep pushing the Sifi back. That's definitely what we want to do. Okay, he almost has a turn, which is nice. She might have cooldowns. I haven't paid attention. Oh, they've redirected with Hex anyway, so it doesn't even matter. They did have cooldowns. At this point, I think we do flip back to our normal form here. And I think we will buff up. And yeah, he should be good to go. What's he do at this move? He removes increased defense. That should be nice. How many polymorphs do they have? They have a couple. This could go badly. Let's see. No, we're fine. And bam, Eilil actually takes them out there. That was kind of sick. We busted through kind of an insane defense to come back in. Right, let's boost up here. It's going to obviously boost the whatever her face is. Valkyrie a little bit. That's okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's strip their buffs. Bam. Strip their buffs. Give us protection. Great. And let's kill her. Give him Stone Skin. It's kind of a cool team. We were up against a really obnoxious, heavy crowd control team. And honestly, I think what we saw with Arbais, she was actually quite useful. Being able to flip forms gave us a bit of a chance. Let's try this team with a bunch of +4s. We're playing it kind of on manual here to see a bit more of a live arena vibe. So here we should definitely be faster. So we are. So we go faster. Great. Yeah, I think we can, again, boost us up here. Get Eilil really pumping. I think... Oh my god. So Eilil at 220 speed. Between the Sifi and the Arbais, he actually went faster than Yumiko. That's how fast he's running. That's actually kind of hilarious. We could, I think we'll just go in for the AoE here. Block buffs. Can lock him out. I'm actually a little bit worried for Eilil at this point. But we could try strip their buffs. Or we could just go, bam. Let's go into this other form. We've got this Aneathway coming at us. Let's just, again, buff up some more and protect him. So now all their single target attacks have to hit us, which is pretty cool. Let's hit him through Stone Skin. Fantastic. Actually doing some pretty cool stuff. We'll put, I guess, a Hex on him. We could sleep this Leoria, so we don't need to even worry about him. Again, all of those attacks are coming on us. Yeah, we can put out Burn and Leech. One interesting thing, for sure, about this, that she brings as well, I haven't mentioned it yet, but because she's bringing Burns, is Burns good for Arena? Well, typically speaking, we would have been thinking, no, Burns not good for Arena. That's a ridiculous idea. Why would you say something like that? Well... These days, Burn actually isn't so bad. It actually wakes them up from the sleep. That's something to note, the Sifi sleep. It can actually strip off, Burn, that is, can strip off, let's go full auto, Stone Skin really well. So again, you come into a fight and you go, oh, look, they've got like a weird team. They're all in Stone Skin. I can flip over to her second form, put Burn out on all of them, and that's going to remove the Stone Skin when they take a turn. Is that the right play to do? Is it worth doing? I'm not sure. Let's try against this team. It's a +4 Arbiter. It's definitely going to be faster. We might just die. Probably to this. Oh, wait. Okay, we've snuck in. We've snuck in, team. Excellent. We've got options here. I think in this case, we would just boost because I know that Eilil is going to be boosting in at the same time and he can block Revive and take him out like that, which is kind of cool. Then she can lock out the Revive, so we don't even need to worry. At this point, yeah, we can boost up again. Why not? We can actually just remove their buffs and give us Revive on death, so we don't, again, even need to worry, and he gets boosted up. It's a cool combo. This little team, I built this team, and I actually think it's a pretty cool little combo. Quite like it. All right. That's nice. Let's see it against this one. Let's lose one. We'll probably lose this one. Let's give it a go. Maybe we won't lose it. Let's give it a go. How much does he have? Okay, and let's just leave it here on auto. Let's just go full auto, and let's see what happens. He started off with an A1. Oh, I guess because he's retaliating against the fear. She's going to buff up. He actually went super fast. I don't know what happened right there. I think he stole some buffs. He's going to go in again. He's blocking their buffs. That's cool. She's really buffing up like mad, which is kind of funny. Let's see what she's going to do full auto. Definitely these champions don't work half as well on full auto, do they? She's removed their buffs, given a survive on death. She could start, at this point, she could start, you know, yeah, there's a Petrify. Petrify here, maybe? There's another Petrify. She's put block active skills as well. She's died. She's back up. Let's see what she's going to do. Will she metamorph or not is the question. No, she's not going to metamorph. Maybe because I haven't set her to do so. She just doesn't want to do it. Ilo doesn't have much damage, guys. Or, I mean, I built him with lots of damage. He's just a fairly weak hitting champion. So, she's buffed up again. And even though she's kind of squishy, if she dies, we're going to be fine. Let's see what she's going to do now. Doesn't have revive on death on her. She just keeps boosting us up. It's a lot of turn meter. It's a lot of control. Let me know what you think. I'm digging this champion, though, to be honest with you. I'm kind of digging her. I like it. I do. I like it. But as you can see, she's never going to use her metamorph unless we tell her to. Let's see what we can do here. So if we revive her up, let's go back on manual. I would have to set her. Oh, she's just going to die because she's super... Yeah, for arena, you'd want to build her to be tankier, wouldn't you? That's kind of obvious from this run right here. Let's just leave it on auto. See what he's going to do. Not much. I think we just die now to... I think he's got his cooldowns and Taurus just kills us at this point. Pretty sure. Yeah, this is going to one-shot everybody, yeah. We lost to Taurus. That's fine, though. That's fine. I like her. Yeah, and we're in this weird build right now where she's not even perfectly built for arena. Like, in terms of these stats, like, this resistance is not doing anything for us in arena. We'd love to have her with more HP, more speed mainly, and more accuracy. I think she looks, from first impressions, like a brilliant arena champion. Let me know what you think, but that was cool. Let's try her in Hydra, which is sort of the point of this, and, you know, if there's no point in it, let's try Brutal, I suppose. This is the sort of team I was thinking about coming in here. We could try let's try Nightmare. We might as well try Nightmare. There's no point if she's no good. So, let's come in. What I'll have her do... Now, let's open with Metamorph. And over here, let's have her not use... Okay, let's just send her into Form 2 straight away. And then we can manually send her back into Form 1 whenever we want to. If we want to. So, for example... Yeah, okay, that's kind of cool. So, I think we've got everything set up here. Let's go. Let's see what... I'm curious now. Maybe let's not... What would I open with? Do I want her to just shapeshift straight away? We could give everyone increased attack and accuracy. I don't think that's needed. Yeah, so let's just shapeshift straight away. And here, we could have her... Yeah, let's just have her just Mischief Tank straight away. So bam, Mischief Tank. Let's go. All right, we start laying out some pain. Okay, we get block buffs out. Okay, cool. This makes sense. So she's straight in Mischief Tanking. But again, her Mischief Tanking is not going to be super consistent. It's going to be all about that A1. So let's see how she's going to do. I don't think the does taunt? I'm actually not familiar. Does taunt like prevent the Mischief Tank? Bam, bam, bam. Some big hits there. Then she comes in. She burns. She can weak hit on that. She's Mischief Tanked. So that's cool. Let's leave them on auto again. Let's just watch it. So I'm not sure if taunt will force her into being a Mischief Tank or not. And because we built her here with really high speed, maybe this won't work super well. Like, for a Hydra specific build, I just want to get a vibe for, does it look good or not? But we probably want to drop her speed so she's not super fast. So here she's going to go with her A1. She is putting out some continuous heals on herself. That's a little bit scary. We're getting smacked around a little bit. So we'd hope for the team to heal up a decent chunk here. Let's see what can happen. Shamail's taken some turns. Great. So the heals have fallen off. She's still Mischief tanking. Okay, we've been smacked. It's definitely hurting. This Head of Wrath is definitely hurting here on Nightmare. We don't have, like, ally protection. We don't have increased defense. We don't have strengthen. We're a little bit squishy that way. With her A1, she's doing a pretty good job, actually, of... Yeah, I guess because the continuous heal she puts on herself from her A1, it doesn't fall off straight away. So she's actually been mischief tanking, I would say, quite successfully. And she's going to, again, throw out a whole monstrous ton of heals right here. I think on her next turn, she's back to her move. Yeah, bam. Super mischief tank mode engaged, and she's redirecting a lot of this damage towards us as well, pumping out tons of heals. Pretty interesting so far, huh? All right. Yeah, I don't know. This for me is something a lot of people don't like about mythicals, but I personally do. Is this tension in the build? If we could put 2 sets of gear on this champion, it'd be ridiculous. We'd have her in super high speed accuracy in her first form, and then we'd have her super tanky resistance in her second form, and we'd just be ripping through. But I'm actually liking this tension here where we have to think about how we want to build her. There she goes in with the burns. She still has taunt on for a turn. She has continuous heal still for a turn. So she's still absorbing those single target hits. She's presumably absorbing 20% of all the damage these heads do to us as well with their skills, I guess. I'm a little bit worried about her because she is still kind of squishy, right? She only has 50k HP. I think it's probably one of the lowest HPs of the whole team. Yeah, so she's taking like small bits of damage from everyone from those hits, from those skills. Pretty cool. She's coming in. I mean, she heals herself so much when she takes a turn. It's kind of interesting to me that on Nightmare here, with super high speed, like 300 speed, she's actually mischief tanking really well because of her A1. Arguably, she's even doing it a better job, being this high speed, which is intriguing. And she's providing us very consistent burns. A little bit of overlap, of course, with Michinaki, who brings burns anyway. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And honestly, at this point, like, we could take it off auto right now, right? Mischief is about to die. So we could, and they're all burned anyway. We can just flip over back to this form, and we can go, all right, let's give increased attack to Shamail. Let's let him go ham. Shamail, go do your thing. And now everyone is in. So the increased accuracy, I think, is difficult to work in here, isn't it? Like, how do you make that fit in with this team? Don't know how you make that happen. Just seems a bit awkward. So, oh, Mischief's not quite dead yet, actually. But yeah, like, we can flip over into this form. And yeah, let's just leave him on auto again. She's going to extend our buffs in a second. But she's going to really let Shamail now absolutely go ham with the damage. This is an increased attack Shamail. She should give us Revive on Death now as well. So giving us, again, a bit of that support. Extending the buffs. There's a lot you could do with this as well. Like 3-turn buff extender. That's still really solid. The Petrify obviously is not going to work. Her A1 could be an AoE War Master hit, but we don't have her built with War Master. So she should... Let's just double check here. Okay, let's just leave everyone else on auto. What I want to see... Wait, how did he do... I thought he was not supposed to use his passive. Okay, so here she's gonna A1. I mean, the damage isn't special, but it's not awful either. Still have Revive on Death on Shamail. Actually, he's healed up to full with a Leech. She puts out Leech, but so does Necmo, so we've got Leech for days with this team. So right here, when we come back to her turn, again, you can see at the moment, she actually still has... That's a little bit lucky. Perhaps we killed and got the Veil on her. But she should still be mischief tanking pretty well in this form even, which is intriguing. I just want to make sure on auto. I actually don't know if she's going to switch back to her other form on auto. That's what I want to find out, if Shamail will ever let me take a turn here. So on auto, okay, no, unless you tell her to, she's not going to flip over. So I'd probably be setting her to priority 3 on her metamorph to make sure that goes through. I think here we just stay in this form and keep the turn meter boost going, keep the buff extension going while these heads are decapitated. Then we flip her back after that. Our damage is actually really good so far. 17 million in 16 turns, and we should get some good damage out against these decapitated heads. Let's see how she's going to go. And again, for Hydra only. Okay, she's extending the buffs. That's cool. I think at this point, do we ever switch over at this point? I think we switch her over at this point. We might as well, and we get out like burns, and we just burn everything, get some damage that way. Like Shamail is hitting for almost 1,000,000 damage there with the increased attack that she gave him, which is cool. See what she's gonna do. There we go. She's got mischief tank mode. There's no mischief. I'd say at this point, there you go. You can see a little bit of counterplay because she gets the extra turn when she flips into her form. She drops off the buffs, whereas everybody else, she's extended their buff, so we still have increased accuracies and increased attacks out there. So that would mess up her mischief tanking a little bit, but I don't know if it's that huge of a problem, honestly. All right, now I think we just leave her do her thing. She's kind of like A1 here. We got a cleanse off. That's not the worst, though, because we had decapitated heads. All right, Mischief is back in, so I think we leave her in this form. Less than 1,000,000 damage per turn, but still good damage overall at this point. Let's see. Oh, she's got no buffs at this point, so Mischief is... He's going to be stealing everything. Uh-oh. See what's going to happen. And she's quite a ways off the cooldown. So not going to be quite a perfect Mischief tank. See what we can do. Oh, let's target this head. Oh, there we go. Never mind. She's got her stuff back on. She should be back Mischief tanking, and there it is. And she's put out a decreased speed because of that, which is actually really nice. I think the shield... This is close, actually. Which one does the shield go on to? If it's this guy, we're in some trouble. But let's bring it all the way up to the 1 key. It shouldn't actually take that long. Okay, he shielded himself. That's fine. But she's sort of bringing us like a supplemental decreased speed. I haven't mentioned that so far, but she's going to keep decreased speed on Mischief as this Mischief tank very consistently, which is actually super good. She's going in. She's burning. Now she's lost, obviously, her buffs. I've sort of messed up the cycle. Not super the end of the world, but a little bit suboptimal. Okay, and he's free. That's nice. He's going to put out some continuous heals. So he would be in danger at this point. So this is actually a point where we might need to go, uh-oh. Okay, Shamail's actually looking kind of sketchy. Actually, he's looking very sketchy. What can we do to protect him? Because he's got that heal reduction on. So we might need to take manual control at this point. This is a squishy Shamail. We could give him the revive on death. That could work from her other form. Okay, that's the fun thing about this, is the options. Let's see. So we've lost a good bit of speed control right now. This head is close to taking a turn. See what we can do. Get some hexes on. Give us some speed. That will help. We got the provoke. Good. Slam in that move. All right, some of those are right there. So we could protect. We could revive on death. Let's do this move and see, because she can cleanse off the heal reduction. I think he's going to be fine. Yeah, I think we can go back on auto at this point. She should Mischief tank this next hit and get decreased speed back on the boy. Burns out. Yeah, she's 4 buffs. If we gave her that accessory, I don't have any, I think, for this faction, but if we gave her blood shields where she'd have a shield, it'd be really, really strong. But yeah, I'm being a bit cautious here just because I'm not super familiar with this team, and I think it's definitely, with Mythicals, it definitely behooves you to be paying attention to flip them between their forms, because there's usefulness for both their forms in this case. But like, if Reflect damage went up or Wrath got increased attack, we could strip it off with her other form, which is actually super cool. She's coming in. I think she's Mischief tanking again really well. But I think we just keep her in this form at the moment, just pumping out the decreased speeds, Mischief tanking, pumping out the burns. Like, the leeches and the decreased speed are both sort of being brought by Necmo, so we've not fully synergized, but I think she's still getting good enough value that it's okay. Let's see, so the Mischief could go either which way at this point. Onto either him or her. Went on to her, that's really nice, and there you go, she's back. Mischief tank mode galore. She'd be much, if you get her into a curing set, that'd be great, because she's really just maxing out the destroyed HP on these champs, but that's hard to do. Right, about to hit 30 million. Seeming good so far. Seeming really good so far. One slight awkward thing, actually, for the Hex on Mischief. He's actually Force, which is bad for Michinaki. That's a bad setup for this rotation. Yeah, let's see how we do. Got block buffs at least. Husk will kill this head fairly well too, which is nice. There's the burn. Ugo is like a little overkill in terms of healing, but I think protecting the heal reduction is quite useful thing for her to bring, actually. I think that is quite nice. So here again, we've got the taunt. And she is going to, once again, Mischief Tank pretty successfully. Yep, there we go. She got the decreased speed. That's great. She's got continuous heals. That's great. This is going to be a problem. This head is going to eat. Unless we get the provoke, it's going to hurt quite a bit. See, we really, really want to land a provoke right here, and we didn't. That's kind of bad. Because now this head is going to... We're going to get a cleanse, and then we're going to get the poison cloud right after. I think her thing is an attack, so I think it does weak hit into poison cloud. Let's see how we go. That cleanse, like I said, it's unfortunate. She might have a burn ready to go. Let's see. Yeah, actually she does. So we can take control, we can burn, and now we're not so worried. Actually, we'd block buffs anyway. But that helps a ton. Now we're not so worried at all. Great. So yeah, poison cloud's out, but we can still hit them all for now. So not too stressed. And actually, that's going to just break him free anyway. Oh, phew, that was lucky. Good time. Good thing I did the burn, or that would have been really bad, actually. It would have got the shield on with the poison cloud. Yeah, okay. Okay. Whew. We'll take it. We will take it. All right, we're about to hit the 1 key. And I think we'll just stop it there at that point. This team can certainly 1 key. I do like her passive putting out decreased speed. And my plan here would be for pushing it further is, again, once we actually like start killing these heads, is go into form 1 and start doing like a bunch of turn meter and increase attack for Shamail to help him just pump damage into a decapitated head. Or again, if Mischief wasn't there and we didn't need her to Mischief tank, you could just leave her in form 1, just turn meter boosting, extending buffs, and let us just do like as much damage as possible. Like if we don't need her to Mischief tank, which is it's quite interesting. Like just put out the burns and then flip her back, right? Yeah, all right, cool. Well, here we go. I have to say, do I still feel the same? We'll see the damage numbers at the end, but I do feel like this is, she has to, for me, remain one of my favorite mythical champions. I think absolutely. I think I've really enjoyed what I've seen so far. Would I build her this way? I might even, you know, to start things off. She's still going to be decent for arena. Yeah, she's still going to be decent. Even though she's not as fast as I would want her for arena, she's still good. Still sort of slamming things out. I like it. You know, I honestly like it. I do. Oh, here we go. We hit the 1 key, actually. Sorry, we went too far. So 37 million. Took us about 15 minutes there. Arbais, she's done 4.5 million damage. And again, that's without War Master. If you gave her War Master, she would have done an extra maybe million, which would have put her very close to the damage Shamail. We didn't have the Head of Torment in there. Husk, like, she's done more damage than Nekmothar with the burns, pretty much. Michinaki's done 11. She's in a way stolen some of Michinaki's damage because she's putting out burns herself. This champion is really solid, and she's pumping out tons of healing. Tons of healing. Leeches as well. Mischief tanking. Decreased speeds. She can buff us up. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Yeah, honestly. Walking away from the testing, what do I think of Arbais the Stonethorn? I think this is an amazing example. I've also looked at Frolny in detail. Frolny was like, he was fine, but not, Frolny, he's sort of like a B mythical for me. You know, it's sort of like, I found that Frolny, his first form was great with this, but flipping over into this protector form, I was like, this isn't doing anything for me in particular. It's cool, but it's only sort of like, I'd give it a B. I'd give probably Arbais probably like an A plus, maybe even an S. Like I'm really loving this champion. I really like both her forms. I think they're both bringing a lot of unique stuff. It's a really interesting question to me of how to build her. Like for me, this is mythical done right because there's so much gameplay in here. And I actually think both forms are really solid. Both forms are really, really good. They have really strong things going for them. You can build into one form in particular, and you could have Form 1 be amazing for Arena. You could have Form 2 be amazing for Hydra. You can do what I did and try to do a bit of both and be actually pretty darn good at both, but not perfect. I like it. I like that. So, yeah. I'm my most wanted mythical, probably. Arbais the Stonethorn. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, I hope it was good, seeing as I think there's so much... People are really unhappy about this stuff, but the way I'm looking at right now, it's like, oh, I should do more guides on these mythical champs, because with 2 free mythical shards for everyone, like, I haven't got a mythical from it. I haven't pulled the second one yet. That's tomorrow. But, like, with a 0.5% chance, like, roughly speaking, 1 in 100 people, approximately, from those 2 free mythical shards, 1 in 100 people are going to have one of these champions. 1 in 100 people now have a mythical on their account for free. That starts, when you look at, like, the player base, that starts adding up. So, hey, if you got Arbais, congrats. Yeah. See you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.